Global Islamic Finance Awards, or Gifa, has grown over the years to become one of the highly coveted and most respectable market-led awards in Islamic banking and finance in the world. It is a prestigious label of excellence that recognizes governments, institutions, and individuals who have made outstanding achievements in their respective fields, contributing to the sustainability of Islamic banking and finance as viable system within the global international financial architecture. More than 500 governments, institutions, individuals, and initiatives have been recognized and honored by Gifa so far. Founded in 2011 by Abdis Corporation as part of its advocacy for Islamic banking and finance, Gifa celebrates the achievements of individuals, institutions, and governments in promoting and advocating Islamic banking and finance, and ensuring that it remains committed to social responsibility. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni is back with you again today. In this episode, we will discuss about one of the most prestigious awards in Islamic banking and finance, called GIFA, or Global Islamic Finance Award. Joining us now is His Excellency, the President of Gifa, Mr. Humayon Dar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, Your Excellency, Mr. Humayon Dar, or should I just call you Brother Humayon? How are you, brother?
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You can call me Brother Humayon Dar, or Humayon Dar, or for simplicity for our viewers, HD. And this is a name I am known with.
All right. Okay, Brother Humayon Dar, inshallah. We'll have a very fruitful discussion then. Hope you are always blessed with health and, of course, wealth also, brother. Okay, let me just give you the first question. What is Global Islamic Finance Award, that I abbreviated as GIFA, I would say? What is it, brother?
Global Islamic Finance Awards were set up by myself and a few stakeholders in 2001. When we held our first award ceremony in Muscat in Oman. The idea was to set up an Islamic Finance Awards program, which is not only for the Islamic financial services industry, but also it is run by those who understand Islamic banking and finance. Actually, the idea came from one observation of myself in, I think it was 2017, when I attended Euromoney Islamic Finance Awards in London. And in that awards ceremony, one of the prominent Sharia scholars of our times was given a Lifetime Achievement Award. And that award was given by someone who was a very young kid kind of a person. Okay. And I felt that this was not entirely appropriate. A scholar of that stature receiving a Lifetime Achievement Award from someone who would not have any meaningful idea of Islamic finance. That was the time I thought an Islamic Finance Awards program should be set up by the people who not only understand Islamic finance, but rather they own it and they can advocate it. So the idea of Global Islamic Finance Awards is based on this concept that this should be an Islamic finance celebration program run by Muslims for those who are involved in Islamic finance anywhere in the world, hence the word global.
All right. So, what is its significance in developing the real Islamic economy of the the world then, brother? I mean, giving award is something, but what is its significance in really developing the Islamic economy of the world?
Global Islamic Finance Awards are not just about giving awards. The idea is to celebrate the global Islamic financial services industry in such a way that it further develops itself. The basic idea is that anyone from top of the pyramid in a country should be involved in the process. If I give example of Indonesia, in 2016, we held our Global Islamic Finance Awards ceremony in Jakarta, where His Excellency President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, was invited, and he was given our top award, which is known as Global Islamic Finance Leadership Award. So he received Global Islamic Finance Leadership Award for the year 2016 and hence became a Gifa laureate. When we give these awards to the presidents and prime ministers of different countries, it's not just giving an award. We get their commitment for development of Islamic banking and finance. You can see that since 2016, there are a lot of developments in the field of Islamic banking and finance in Indonesia.
Yes,
and
yes.
We believe that in all this development, there is a share of our efforts by way of holding Gifa in 2016 in Indonesia and honoring His Excellency Joko Widodo.
All right. So I would say that giving not just an award, but also giving a hope for someone or some country whose leaders are given the award, so the Islamic economy, the real one, can really grow there, yeah, brother?
Absolutely. We ask the award winners to commit themselves to three things: Sharia authenticity, commitment to Islamic banking and finance, and promotion of social responsibility. So it's not just an awards program, rather this is a movement which is promoting good practices in the financial services industry worldwide.
Wow, very well said. A very interesting explanation to start our discussion. And of course, it will be more interesting when we talk about what triggers Gifa to exist and how many categories Gifa covers. After the break, stay with us on Sharia Economic Talk with me, Gunawan Yasni, Metro TV.
Gifa, or Global Islamic Finance Awards, they are not just awards. They actually represent Islamic approach to a new lifestyle.
You are still on Sharia Economic Talk, of course with me, Gunawan Yasni. Let us continue our discussion with the president of Gifa, Mr. Humayon Dar. So, Brother Humayon Dar, what triggers Gifa to exist? I must insist that you can really explain what triggers Gifa to exist, brother.
Basically, Global Islamic Finance Awards, they are a market response to celebration and acknowledgement of what is happening in the Islamic banking and finance industry and in the global Islamic economy. When we look at a number of other awards programs, they have a very narrow focus. Some awards, they are only for asset management companies, others they are for fintech. Then we have some awards program which are just for banks. Global Islamic Finance Awards program is for everyone. When we held our 2019 awards ceremony in Cape Town, the South African government was really impressed. They said, we thought Islamic finance is just about Islamic banks, but you have actually brought a law firm, a consultancy firm, a government, a university, a training provider, you name any. Okay, and they said that this is actually a very comprehensive industry in which everyone is involved. And actually, it's not for only Muslims. The first award in 2019 announced in the ceremony was given to someone who was not even a Muslim. Okay.
Wow.
So, Gifa or Global Islamic Finance Awards, they are not just awards. They actually represent Islamic approach to a new lifestyle in a very comprehensive way. It is all about a message of inclusiveness. Anyone who is interested in Islamic banking and finance, who believes in Islamic banking and finance, and who would like to benefit from this one, you can come and join us. Whether you are from Japan, you are from Suriname, you are from South Africa, whether you are Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, or a person with no faith background, as long as you believe in the principles behind Islamic economy, Islamic banking and finance, and you want to be our partners, you're most welcome to come. We would not only welcome you, we would celebrate your success if you happen to bring value addition to Islamic banking and finance.
Wow. Very, very enlightening, brother. Okay, this is out of my curiosity. I mean, you talk about Islamic banking, you talk about Islamic finance, Islamic economy, but of course, we cannot really neglect the halal industry and everything. So how many categories does Gifa cover, brother? How many categories?
There are about 50 categories.
Okay.
And as I said, these categories, they span over a number of sectors. There are 2 to 5 awards given or nominated every year in the field of halal economy as well. So out of these 50, I would say that there are about 6-7 individual awards. The top individual award goes to a president or a prime minister of a country. The previous Gifa laureates have included Tun Abdullah Badawi, former Prime Minister of Malaysia, President of Indonesia, His Excellency Joko Widodo, first President of Kazakhstan, His Excellency Nur Sultan Nazarbayev, President of South Africa, President of Pakistan, President of Bosnia-Herzegovina, President of Djibouti, and so on. So this is the top category where an individual of political significance is given an award. Then we have institutional awards. Many of these institutional awards go to multilateral institutions, the likes of Islamic Development Bank, the likes of United Nations, and any multilateral institution which has played a role in Islamic banking and finance, and their contribution is significant. We would like to highlight and celebrate that success. Then we have Islamic banks. So Best Islamic Bank, for example, is our top award. Then we have Gifa Leadership Awards, which are given to individuals and institutions for their contributions to the development of Islamic banking and finance in a country. And then we have some pioneering awards. In case of Indonesia, a few years back, Pioneering in Islamic Banking Award was given to Bank Muamalat because it was the first Islamic bank set up in Indonesia, following which a number of other Islamic banks were set up. Okay. So there are a lot of categories, around 50 categories, and we don't want to have a lot more categories because of our focus, which is on exclusivity. We don't want to have a crowd. Rather, we want to gather the leaders in Islamic banking and finance, and hence we do it only once, and only about 50 winners are picked up and announced, and their celebrations are conducted in an environment which is conducive for this kind of activities.
Wow, wow. Thank you very much, Brother Humayon Dar. All right, brother, I am now even more excited to dig deeper into this discussion. But first, again, we must take a break. We will continue our discussion. Stay with us on Sharia Economic Talk with me, Gunawan Yasni.
There is no award program in the entire world which can boast to have given awards to 7, 8, 9, or 10 presidents or prime ministers in the world.
The Gifa methodology on which the awards are based and winners selected is the most detailed approach to screen only the best of the best in their respective award categories. The Gifa Awards Committee will also give due consideration to the following 3 factors in assessing and comparing nominations against the above criteria, which shall make up a combined total of 100 points. The 3 factors based on social responsibility, commitment to Islamic banking and finance, and Sharia authenticity. You're still on Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni. We are still talking about Global Islamic Finance Awards with the president of Gifa, my brother Humayon Dar. So, Brother Humayon Dar, what is the strategy to make Gifa prestigious among leaders of countries recognizing Islamic finance?
I must say that we are already the most prestigious Islamic finance awards program in the world.
Okay.
To give you a background, the oldest award program in Islamic economics, banking and finance is called the Islamic Development Bank Prize, IDB Prize, which is given to individuals. It started with one individual, but now from this year, it's going to be given to about 4 or 5 individuals, depending on their contributions in Islamic economics, banking and finance. The second one, which is a new program, it's called the Royal Award in Islamic Finance, which was set up by the government of Malaysia. The third one is Global Islamic Finance Awards. So Gifa is the most prestigious market-led Islamic finance awards program in the world. There is no other Islamic finance awards program which can boast to have awarded any number of presidents and prime ministers. As I said, for the last 10 years, we have awarded the top awards to our 10 Gifa laureates. No other awards program, whether this is Islamic Development Bank, the Royal Award in Islamic Finance, or any other award program. If I tell you the truth, there is no award program in the entire world which can boast to have given awards to 7, 8, 9, or 10 presidents or prime ministers in the world.
Wow.
So, how can any other awards program be more prestigious than Gifa? So it's already very prestigious, and this is the reason that people, if we hold our awards program today, our winners, they ask us when and where is the next year's award program. It's very highly followed program in the global Islamic financial services industry.
Wow. So I'm going to ask you, how many countries have acknowledged Gifa, brother? I mean, among those leaders, among those presidents that Gifa has given awards to, how many countries have acknowledged Gifa, brother?
Gifa has taken place in 10 countries. Okay.
Right.
But our coverage is not 10, it's global. We have our coverage in about 35 countries. So we have winners coming from United States of America, We have our winners participating from Brunei Darussalam, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Africa, from everywhere in the world. So its coverage is global. Wherever Islamic banking and finance exists, Global Islamic Finance Awards program would have a footprint in those economies and countries. So it's global in coverage. However, every year we would like to take Gifa to a country where we would like to promote Islamic banking and finance. This year, our awards committee planned to have Gifa in New York in September around United Nations General Assembly.
All right.
However, another country, I cannot disclose the name now, they have requested us to hold the award ceremony in their country because they believe that holding Gifa in their country would help them in developing Islamic banking and finance. So the choice of a country, the choice of a city where Global Islamic Finance Award ceremony is held is very strategic. We take a futuristic view. If we think that holding award ceremony in that country is going to further develop Islamic economy, Islamic banking and finance, we take a favorable decision.
Wow, very well said, brother. All right, brother Humayon Dar, president of Global Islamic Finance Awards. We will take another break. We'll be back. Stay with us on Sharia Economic Talk with me, Gunawan Yasni, Metro TV.
And I'm very certain that very soon Indonesia would be recognized as an unchallenged global leader in Islamic economy and Islamic banking and finance.
You are still on Sharia Economic Talk, of course, with me, Gunawan Yasni. Let us continue our discussion. Brother Humayon Dar, I'm a bit curious here. Any particular leaders of countries really cater for Gifa to exist significantly, brother? I mean, maybe you know someone in those high places, leaders of countries that really help Gifa to exist globally, brother.
Our Gifa laureates, they have always been very helpful for our continuity and for our sustainability. So whenever we give an award to a president or a prime minister, we stay in touch with them and we get their advice when we are deciding on the next year's Gifa laureate. So if the Prime Minister of Malaysia, Tun Abdullah Badawi, he was our first Gifa laureate. We would like to seek his opinion and his views on the new Gifa laureates. Similarly, if we have President Joko Widodo as our Gifa laureate, we would like to seek the advice from the Office of the President for further nominations in the years to come. And I would say that there are 3 presidents which have really given a boost to the Global Islamic Finance Awards program. First one is His Excellency Nur Sultan Nazarbayev, the first president of Kazakhstan.
All right.
Then His Excellency Joko Widodo, president of Indonesia. When we gave our top award in 2016 to him, it brought us a lot of credibility because Indonesia is a rising star in Islamic banking and finance. And since 2016, Indonesia has done wonders. The president has personally committed himself to the development of Sharia economy and Sharia finance. The third president who has really supported us is the president of Djibouti. So these 3 personalities, in addition to others, they have given us a lot of support and we are very thankful to them. And our other Gifa laureates.
All right. So our president is one of the best supporters for Gifa. Well, I didn't know that before you just said it, brother. Alhamdulillah. Brother, now you are very well informed, I guess, with the development of the Sharia banking in Indonesia. What do you think about now is one of the biggest Sharia bank of the world is from Indonesia. It is called the Bank Syariah Indonesia. What do you think about Bank Syariah Indonesia, brother?
I am extremely delighted that this development has taken place after the merger of three banks. Bank Syariah Indonesia has the full potential to become not only the top 5 Islamic banks in the world, but the #1 Islamic bank in the world.
Inshallah.
Right now, it's about 10th position. However, given the potential of Indonesia in the global Islamic financial services industry, I'm very confident that one bank, and Bank Syariah Indonesia is the most promising one, would become a global player in Islamic banking and finance. Indonesia, in our rankings, we issue Islamic finance country index rankings every year. And last year, Indonesia was #1 in our IFC ranking, and this year it has become #2 with slight kind of improvement from the other country, which has become #1. So Indonesia has huge potential. This is the largest country in terms of largest Muslim country in terms of population, and it is the largest economy in the OIC bloc. It has all the fundamentals. Indonesia has all the fundamentals to become a global leader in Islamic banking and finance. And the government of His Excellency Joko Widodo has done the right things by establishing KNEKS, by establishing even International Islamic University of Indonesia.
Yes,
then
yes.
We have this bank, Sharia Bank Indonesia, and a lot of other things. The development of halal economy, which you mentioned previously as well. So all these things are leading the country to become a global center of excellence in Sharia banking and finance. You guys, you don't know, you are sitting on a gold mine. When we look at microfinance, Islamic microfinance, Indonesia is by far the best country in terms of excellence in Islamic microfinance. You have Baitul Mal wa Tamweed. You have Basnas. Basnas is an excellence model of zakat collection, management, and disbursement. You have the Waqf board. And then, you have started this Hajj management board as well. So all these developments, they are taking the country into the right direction. And there is a need to continue with this momentum. And I'm very certain that very soon, Indonesia would be recognized as an unchallenged global leader in Islamic economy and Islamic banking and finance.
All right. Oh my God. It's a very, very nice and significant advice from you, brother. But then we must take a break a little bit before going to the last segment. So stay with us on Sharia Economic Talk with me, Gunawan Yasni.
There are so many good things happening in Indonesia. Through Gifa, we would highlight these good practices to the wider world.
You are still on Sharia Economic Talk with Gunawan Yasni. It is a very valuable opportunity to be able to speak to the president of Global Islamic Finance Awards. And well, hopefully Indonesia will have more and more categories to be awarded. Yeah, I don't think 1 hour is enough time to talk about the future, but since we are at the closing segment, I would like to ask you, Brother Humayon Dar, about how can Gifa get funded for the event. I mean, it's a very big event, and of course, a lot of funds needed to, organize such a very big event.
Right. We are very transparent. We do not go for any grants, or we do not ask governments or organizations to give us funding to run our program. This is a program which is funded by our members themselves. Once we have announced our winners, we request our winners to contribute small amounts of money so that we are in a position to hold these events in a prestigious way. It's a not-for-profit activity of Cambridge IFA and Advis Consulting, so we do not make any money out of it. So because we don't make money out of it, we have been able to manage it in a very prudent way over the last 10 years without having to beg for any money. So it's a sustainable program which is being run in collaboration with our members and winners who have been very gracious and supportive of this program. I want to emphasize one thing. If we really want to do something in terms of welfare, whether this is advocacy of Islamic banking and finance, whether this is poverty alleviation, or this has something to do with women empowerment, as long as we commit ourselves and we say that our involvement is not purely commercial, I can guarantee you that you would not only be able to do the thing successfully, you would be able to sustain them as well. This is something we have done in case of Gifa. This is something we have done in case of our Global Islamic Finance report as well, which is the oldest report in Islamic finance, and we have been publishing it on an annual basis for the last 11 years. So when it comes to advocacy of Islamic banking and finance, we tell the whole world that we do not make any money at all out of these activities. These are purely for the benefit of the industry, and we request our brothers, institutions, individuals to contribute small amounts of money so that we retain our sustainability. That's it. It's a simple formula.
Yes, yes. It's very transparent also. Thank you very much, brother. One last question. How can Indonesia get to be well known to the world via Global Islamic Finance Awards, brother?
I must say that Indonesia is already very well known in Gifa. Every year we pick up about 4 or 5 winners from Indonesia. In the last award ceremony, which was held in Islamabad, Vice President of Indonesia, His Excellency Maruf Amin, he sent us an excellent message on the occasion of Gifa award ceremony. His support I would personally like to acknowledge and appreciate. So it's not only the Vice President. As I said, the President's office has been very helpful as well. And I must acknowledge the help of the likes of KNEKS, Ministry of Finance, and the individual banks and institutions, the likes of BTP and Sharia, Bank Sharia Mandiri, which is now part of this Bank Sharia Indonesia, and so many other institutions. Basnas, I must say that they have been great winners, and we will continue to support Basnas to share this story of success to the whole world so that they are able to emulate this Indonesian story of success in zakat management. Of course, the Waqf Board, it's another excellent success story. We would continue to support them. there are so many good things happening in Indonesia. Through Gifa, we would highlight these good practices to the wider world so that they not only emulate what Indonesians are doing, but also in the process, Indonesia gets itself established as a global leader and global champion in Islamic economy and Islamic banking and finance.
Amin, amin ya Rabb. Subhanallah. Brother Humayon Dar, I must try to conclude our discussion. Let me just say one phrase from Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He says something about khairun nas anfa'uhum linnas. The best humans are those who are most useful to others. And I think what you are trying to do with Global Islamic Finance Awards is simply giving the prestigious awards to those humans, best humans that are useful for others, brother. So thank you very much for your time, for your discussion. And that was my discussion with Brother Humayon Dar in this episode. Hopefully it was insightful and informative to spur Indonesia's spirit in becoming the beacon for the world Sharia economic law in the future. Hope to look forward to our next episode for Sharia Economic Talk, of course with me, Gunawan Yasni, with prominent guests from Indonesia and abroad. I, Gunawan Yasni, and the entire crew would like to say thank you for your attention. Goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Brother Humayon Dar, President of Global Islamic Finance Awards.
Metro TV